The illegal, ready? Okay, so the illegal Julian Zatarain decided to come to the city council meeting tonight. We're going to ask him some questions. Why don't you stick around?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Zatarain. So you chose to come again. Well, we'd like to tell you what we've been doing for the past 3 months. Okay, we already spoke with the FBI, and they're already informed about you and the Congresswoman. We've already spoke with my Congressman, Ted Lieu. And we told him that ICE is going to be investigating you. And we've already spoken to the U.S. Attorney. So, because we're a nation of laws, and so enforcement is their job. And we're respecting that. You're not respecting our laws. Why?
What answer do you want, sir?
It's not what I want, it's an answer. Why aren't you respecting our laws? Why are you here illegally? Can't you do it legally? You've had years to do it.
It's not that simple. Maybe you don't comprehend the legal process. Of
Okay,
how to become
explain it to me, because you're saying it's not simple.
Sure, if you give me 1 minute. First of all, I need to clarify this, right? The reason why I'm here is because my parents decided to bring me here, right?
How old were you?
I was 13 years old.
You were 13, so you were cognizant. There's a gentleman in Lenox, California, who was taken back to Mexico, and then he came back illegally. He was 13. He chose to do that. He's still in this country illegally. You are on record saying you did not qualify for DACA or DAPA, so you are not protected. So why don't you do the right thing and become a legal citizen?
I'm trying. That's why I'm going to school.
Okay, you're going to
I'm
school.
educating
So
myself.
why don't you rescind this appointment in the meantime? Because this is an affront to every legal resident. Do you know that there are 4 million people who have done everything right? And they are being given the middle finger by this government, state and federal. What do you want to tell them? What would you like to tell them?
Look, this is a volunteer position.
Baloney. It doesn't matter. It's not a volunteer position because there's $75 that's supposed to be paid to a city commissioner.
Yeah, but not to
So
me.
they're not paying you, and why is
No,
that? Because
they're
you're
not
not
paying me
supposed to be taking it.
$75.
Because you're not supposed to have it in the first
Because that
place.
would be a violation
We
of
already
the
have you're already violating the law being in the country illegally. So, yes,
Not
you
the
admit
Brown
it.
Act.
On record, he's
Not
admitted
the
it.
Brown Act.
So you are violating the law being here. He's on record for this. We've already talked to the Public Integrity Office. They've already busted them. Come on, guys. This is a chance to start. The news reporters didn't have the guts to ask these questions, so we'll do it. You were 13 years old. Well, you're now what, 21, 29?
Yes, not 21.
You're 21. You're old enough now to do it legally. Why haven't you?
I'm trying. That's
What do
why
you mean
I'm
you're
going to
trying?
school.
So
I
then
went to school.
you
You know,
get-
this is a country of laws, right? This
Absolutely.
is a continent that
And you're
the laws
violating them
yeah,
right
let
now.
me finish, right? The laws are changing.
Doesn't
so I'm
matter.
here
The law
waiting
is
for the
there.
law
Law's
to
the
change
law.
so I can be involved in that.
Okay,
That's
so
what I'm doing. So
you're
that's what
here
I'm trying my
illegally, and you
best.
want to change the law so that you can be here legally?
No, I don't.
You're
change
not
the
even a
law.
citizen to do that.
It will be naive for me to say that I'm.
It's
gonna
naive for
change
you
the-
to be on that city
If you
commission.
let me finish, it will be naive for me to say that I can change the law. It's Congress who changed the law, right?
And Congress has not done that, and this president has violated that law. There are millions. Let me tell you about my friend Salvador. Salvador came here legally. Salvador got the green card. And you want to know why he came here? Because of the corruption in Mexico, where the police can pull you over and say, give me $20 or I'll write you a ticket. See, the rule of law means nothing there. And more people are rising up about this. I got another question then. Why didn't your parents do something about what's going on in Mexico? Because we're more than happy to help. We want to make
have
sure there's
no
good
idea.
people there.
I have no idea why they
So
did it.
now you're breaking the law. You're trying to get legal. So why don't you make a decision? Rescind, step down, refuse this appointment, get right with the law, and then come back. Why
Sir?
can't you do that? You'd be a perfect example to every legal resident in this community. Why won't you do that? Do the right thing. Get right with the law. Do it legally. Betty Ratama, I don't know where she is right now. She has.
Right here.
You have a relative who was here illegally, but he got legal.
She did, yes.
Awesome. Good for her.
And you know what?
She did it on 86 when the
So let me ask you something.
No,
So then my question to you, Betty, sorry to interrupt, but I'm pretty sure that she didn't become a city commissioner or run for office, so she got right with the law first.
exactly.
So why won't you do the same? You have a resident in Huntington Park. Her relatives were here long before any of the founders were here. She's a legal resident by virtue of that. I was born here. I always joke, my green card is a birth certificate. You can find it in Norwalk. So why don't you do that? Just say, Mr. Pineda, this is corruption for me to be appointed to it because I was your campaign guy, which, by the way, that's against the law, too. You were helping him with his campaign, is that correct? You were a volunteer. Yes or no?
I was a volunteer.
Okay, that's
Like a
against the
lot
law.
of people.
That is against the law. You're an illegal, and you were a volunteer for a political... See, he's on record for this. Are you recording it? We're going to share this with the district attorney, too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
So why, answer my question, why don't you just rescind the appointment? Why don't you give it up?
Do it legally.
Do it right. Because you care. We're a nation of laws. You said that. Those were out of your words, and I respect that.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
why don't you practice what you preach? Become a legal resident. Do what Francisco Rivera did. Do what Nick the Greek did. Do what my great-grandparents did. Do what their parents did. Please, sir, just obey the law. We're a nation of laws. Those were your words. Not my words, your words. So why won't you do it? I mean, Ricardo Lara, he was an anchor baby, and he was raped by an illegal alien. You don't want the same thing for other kids, do you? Why would you do that? If you care about the rule of law, then respect the law. Become a legal resident. It's not that hard. You don't violate the law and then say you'll change it, please. Well, this is a public place, and we're speaking
I
out.
just want to talk to him.
Become a legal resident. Do it legally. It's not hard. There is no excuse for you to have a position of public.
Just keep your voice.
I certainly will. Thank you. Become a legal resident. It's not hard. I don't believe you. If you would just obey the law, it's not that hard. We've had what would you like to tell Mr. Ioannidis? He's a legal resident. He gets dishonored every day by the city.
Oh, they get to go in this room.
So they get to hurt.
They get to go in the room.
Why are they using this room and
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to?
You would-
She's a
Okay.
city employee at the city.
Oh, well, we're city residents, excuse me, we're citizens, and you're not allowing us to use this room. That is
We're
interesting.
constituents without borders.
We are constituents, sir,
Without borders.
and we have a constitution which permits us to know what's going on. Why won't you obey the law?
Why can't we go in the public meeting?
Why can't we go into a why did you?
Why can't we go
Why
in
was
there?
an elderly gentleman thrown out for saying yes 3 times? And why was I thrown out just for asking a question? Mr. Zatarain, why will you not become a legal resident? You're not getting away with this. We're a nation of laws, and we won't tolerate the rule of law being dishonored
Look
and
at the
disobeyed.
police.
Why are you running away? You ran to the cameras 3 months ago. You were on
You need to
Telemundo
keep
telling
your voice down,
everybody.
sir. Thank you.
That's how you do it. That's how you do the rule.
Great.
That's how you do it.
Yes. Bless you.
Isn't that interesting? I gotta say this again. I'm trying to keep it down. I have a cold, but that didn't stop me from coming here, now did it? He was running to the cameras 4 months ago.
That's right.
He was on Telemundo. He was interviewed
Yep.
by all these big celebrities in the Hispanic community. And I would say to you that their views are not the widespread views. A lot of Hispanic Americans, they want a secure border. They
right.
don't want a pathway to citizenship. That sticks it to their relatives. I mean, Francisco Rivera, again, he came here in 1980. He did it legally. Your relatives, they got right with the law. They did
Yes.
it legally, okay?
Yes, my God.
My great-grandparents did it legally. Now, if we don't like the way the system is run, we got to change it. But this president thinks I can't even call President Obama a president. I'm sorry, he's an occupant in the White House. And this guy thinks he has a right to decide who's legal and who's illegal. And that's what's going on. And this is wrong. And you notice how he runs away. And how why is the city protecting an illegal alien? And they're doing nothing for this gentleman. He's been here legally since 1969.
He tried to push me out. He tried to.
This guy tried to push you out too? That sounds like assault and battery to me. Isn't that interesting? I think it's really good you got this on record. Why did they open that room up to an illegal alien, but not to citizens who
That's
just
right.
wanted to discuss what's
Yep.
going on
They keep
in
it
city
locked
council?
for us.
What is it? Why are they getting privileges? And why
Exactly.
are citizens being kicked in the teeth?
Exactly.
Why are we being
That's the
dishonored?
issue.
What about residents? What about veterans? What about foster kids? And I was hearing all this stuff about environmental justice for people of color. Well, that's kind of silly because I got color too. And I've seen some Hispanics and they're lighter than I am. No offense, I'm just telling you. And that's kind of racist. You know, if they want to have justice for people of color, why not respect the people who are here legally of color? I'd like to see that
The
too.
color of our skin is American.
Yeah, that's exactly it. What was it? There was some guy who said, I don't want to be judged by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's reminded me. I forget about that sometimes. No, I'm sure they've forgotten about that. So, boy.